Okay. First of all, I request all panelists to listen to each other in the course of this debate. We must request no intolerance to the other side's views on this important news hour debate. You make your points strongly. My request to all sides is keep your comments as brief as possible and listen as much as you can to those on the other side. That is the least that we can be doing today after the murder of Kalburgi. So my first question tonight is to Professor K.S. Bhagwan. Are you convinced? And on the basis of what evidence or proof, Professor Bhagwan, are you convinced that Kalburgi was targeted, that M.M. Kalburgi was targeted by the right fringe?
I don't think so. Dr. Kalburgi was a great scholar and one of the greatest scholars of modern Karnataka. He had his views based on thorough study, thorough research. Nobody had the courage to answer him on the basis of the facts. It is a failure on the part of those who have tried to kill and who have killed him. They have not been able to silence him. His ideas, his scholarship, his thinking, they will live forever because his contribution is something original, something very profound, and something great.
Who killed him in your view?
No weapon. We don't know. The police are dead, and let us wait for the findings of the investigation officers. And I am sure the investigating officers will find it out. It may be tomorrow or day after. But the truth is definitely is to be out.
Okay, then why is there this view being spread? Madhuresh, Kumar, R.K. Misra, anyone can come into the debate, so can Ajay Bose, that this is a case of the extreme right-wingers targeting the moderates, the liberals, and the nationalists. Ajay Bose, you want to come in on that? Because, you know, there is no direct link that has been established, but people say the finger of suspicion.
No,
people say the finger of suspicion points to right-wing organizations. On the basis of what?
Arnab.
Okay, Ajay.
No, Arnab, let's be very clear about it. No, let's be very clear about it. Unless the police comes up with some concrete proof, we cannot say that so-and-so group is behind the murder. But please remember that Gandhi's assassination by Godse is not just a matter of Godse killing Gandhi as an individual act, but an atmosphere which was built up. And I'm sorry to say that there has been an atmosphere which has been built up over
what atmosphere and by whom?
Years, but even before. So
what atmosphere and by whom?
Wrong to
Let's
blame
be specific.
Only this government, but there is an atmosphere of intolerance.
What atmosphere and by whom?
Atmosphere of intolerance about anybody else's views.
No, what atmosphere
so
and by whom?
Questioning something. Okay, I'll tell you. People, we have even government ministers saying that anybody questioning Mr. Modi should go to Pakistan.
What has that got to do with this?
So we have.
Are you building a rational argument?
Had debates. No, the atmosphere of intolerance.
No, but where does the intolerance argument come in? You are not arguing convincingly.
Sort of extreme
Ajay, I have tremendous regard for you. But where are you drawing this argument from? Where are you drawing this argument from, Rahul Easwar? Others feel free to come into the debate, please.
That intolerance.
No, where does this intolerance argument come from? Elucidate it.
Condolence to
Rahul Easwar.
Kalburgi, his family and his friends. We are very deep condolence to Sri M.M. Kalburgi, his family and friends. We are very saddened by that. Right now, there is no finger of suspicion against anybody. Anybody who is responsible for this should be hardly punished. But there is a broader debate about this. Look at what Sri M.M. Kalburgi has said on June 2014. You should urinate on the idols. This is a fringe rationalist statement. Some fringe among Hindus may have reacted. But both fringe should be avoided. You shouldn't glorify a fringe of Sri M.M. Kalburgi telling to urinate on idols, and you shouldn't support the other fringe who should say we should physically attack him. So this is a case of fringe rationalist versus fringe religious hardliners. Let us not glorify these fringe rationalists. They are anti-Hindus in the masks of rationalism. Dayananda Saraswati was against idol worship. Raja Rammohn Rai was against idol worship. They were called great reformers.
Professor Bhagwan countering you, please. Debate is open. Professor Bhagwan. I said, Rahul Easwar, listen to the other side. Keep your intervention short. Yes, I'm allowing, but keep your interventions as short as possible. But by the way, since you are saying that, Mr. Rahul Easwar, what explains the fact? What explains the fact that a man widely reported to be the Bantwal co-convener of the Bajrang Dal by the name of Bhuvit Shetty was rightly apprehended for posting a malicious tweet and a death threat after Kalburgi's murder. So speak about those elements as well, Mr. Rahul Easwar. Do not be selective on the news hour tonight. Professor Bhagwan is taking you on.
That was an unfortunate tweet.
No, you
totally
can't.
avoidable.
Professor Bhagwan.
It should not have been tweeted.
But
that's not a justification.
Hello.
Professor Bhagwan.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
Professor.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I'm intervening in the debate because someone was misrepresenting. Dr. Kalburgi never said that he would urinate on an image or he urinated on the image of God. No, he was just quoting what the Mr. Ananthamurthy had written. He never said, he never corroborated it. He only quoted Ananthamurthy. This has been misrepresented. This has to be corrected.
This is
and don't
hate
put
speech.
the blame on Dr. Kalburgi.
This is hate speech.
Completely wrong. This information completely wrong. I oppose it and I foo-foo it.
This is called hate speech.
You didn't answer my question. What explains?
With all great regard to you, is this not hate speech? Shouldn't we respect Hindus, Christians and Muslims in this land?
No.
He was quoting UR Ananthamurthy and saying, I had gone the same path. He was arguing for an anti-superstition bill. And insulting the whole Hindu faith.
No.
We should respect our diversity, not try to decimate our diversity.
R.K. Misra coming into the debate. R.K. Misra, Indira Tiwari.
You're mistaken. You don't allow me to speak.
Let everyone come in. R.K. Misra. R.K. Misra hasn't spoken. Madhuresh Kumar hasn't spoken. Rakesh Sinha hasn't spoken. Neither has Indira Tiwari. I want them to come in. But I want to ask tonight. I want to ask Indira Tiwari tonight, and let's keep our interventions brief and hear the answer. I see your hands go up. I see you all there. What explains the fact that a man who claims he's from the Bajrang Dal would tweet saying mock Hinduism and die a dog's death? Mock Hinduism and die a dog's death before going on to threaten another writer, K.S. Bhagwan? Why would a right-wing activist effectively welcome Kalburgi's death, and what kind of an activist is he? What explains the fact that a former Sri Ram Sena activist who was reportedly involved in the Mangalore pub attack was also detained for questioning on suspicion of posting inflammatory messages in the aftermath of this murder? Is this a joke to threaten to kill on Twitter? Is it a joke? Is it or is it not true? Indira saying, is it or is it not true, Indira Tiwari, that Kalburgi, who had been under the ire of right-wing groups, was under police protection for a while? Are these facts we should now keep aside somewhere because they are uncomfortable facts? Indira Tiwari, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnab. First of all, I deeply extend my condolence to the killing of Professor Kalburgi, and I cannot sanction such kind of mindset where violence takes its place to usher up their view of point. No, I don't agree with that. And first of all, you name the organization, then only one can defend or go to offensive statements. So still you yourself are admitting there is no conclusive report to the killing of Professor Kalburgi. But I have thoroughly read UR Ananthamurthy as well as Professor Kalburgi also. India is a nation of diversity. This is how we have been keeping up ourselves intact and composite. And we've tried to live together for years, not today, for years and ages and centuries. But I surprise, in the name of so-called rationalism, who gives right to such rationalist thinkers who are so highly regarded among society that they dare to write that, if you see that the quote which Easwar was telling my fellow panelist, I have also gone through that quote, and it's rightly he has mentioned in his Kannada writing that if you urinate on any idol, be
Madhuresh, Kumar, don't keep repeating that point, please. You made your point. Why won't you want to keep repeating that?
No, it's
so
not
why do you want to keep repeating that ad nauseum? If it's an offensive comment, you make your point.
I know you don't allow, then how can I put my explanation?
You make that point again and again.
I'm not repeating. I'm not repeating.
If a statement is hurtful, you want to repeat it again and again on television.
I know, munde matir bhinna. Munde matir bhinna is a Sanskrit proverb, and I believe my all fellow panelists will agree that what I do is my right, and what you do is your right. We should not come across with each other.
Then tell me if that is the case. 1 second, Indira Tiwari. If that is the case, and I want tonight, I want the other side. I want R.K. Misra. I want Madhuresh Kumar to respond to you. No, but 1 second. I appreciate your knowledge of Sanskrit and your usage of that quote, but Indira Tiwari, hear me tonight. Hear me.
We do not spread hatred. We do not spread hatred towards anybody. But India is a country where Charvak theory is also there. That Vrinam Kritva Ghritam Prabhed, that is also a theory which flourishes in India. But there is a theory which says no, you should abide by the 10 commandments of the Dharma also.
What I request you tonight on the news is to please understand that the national audience is being watched everywhere.
Of course,
not to repeat inflammatory words.
You need.
There is no point, but also remember. Also remember this.
Did I?
You said it.
I know. Then you are one-sided.
जरा दूसरी तरफ की बात भी सुनिए आज मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ आपसे आप जरा सुनिए you hear the other side here Madhuresh Kumar I said मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया on start of the debate दूसरों की बात सुनिए टॉलरेंस रखिए be tolerant
we do not hold any assailant in high regard and we do not support any organizational.
They feel emboldened today because they think that the Hindu Samrat, Mr. Narendra Modi, is the Prime Minister of India. And I think
why
that's
you are
what
bringing.
Is
no, this is wrong. This is absolutely
the issue.
This is personal attack.
That they have
this is absolutely wrong.
In center, not only in center, but in Madhya Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh, in Gujarat.
You are still not able to digest the fact that the ruling party is with full majority and they will do as per their wishes and rights.
Will you hear the other side?
You are still not able to absorb this fact. This is a ruling party.
Today newspapers say M.M. Bashir, a Kerala writer, today has come up with something and nobody is letting them speak. Nobody is letting him write on Ramayana. What is this?
Can I say one thing to Indira Tiwari?
And I think we need to ask right-wing Hindu groups. The Indira Tiwari is sitting here. Please explain.
Indira Tiwari, why are you not listening? No, Indira Tiwari, why are you not listening? No, Miss Tiwari, I want to say something to you. Miss Tiwari, I need to say something to you. I am saying something only to Indira Tiwari tonight. Indira Tiwari जी, मैं सवाल सिर्फ आपसे कर रहा हूँ. आप मेरी बात सुनिए.
Are you people not Hindu?
You listen.
Those who are sitting here, are they Hindu or not?
Indira.
Yes, I'm a Hindu, but not the kind of Hinduism you are talking about. That's not the Hinduism. That's not Hinduism. Hinduism doesn't allow us to fight, to kill people, to be intolerant and only talk about when I criticize you, you call me a rationalist, a fringe rationalist, pseudo-secularist, part-time secularist, all kind of words are used. What are you talking about?
The philosophy of munde matir bhinna. Every individual have its own right.
You can continue to talk about your philosophy, munde matir bhinna, but I'm just saying, even I have an interpretation of Hinduism and you cannot impose your philosophy on us.
That is why you do not understand my interpretation. That is why you don't want to understand. You have closed your windows.
You understand your thing, but I'm saying all of us are Hindus and Hinduism doesn't have one book, one rule book, one God. We are not a religion.
You do not allow.
We are not a religion like Christianity, Islam or other religions. Hinduism has many sects. Shaivism, Vaishnavism, they are atheists.
Come on, you are replicating my statement. You are replicating my statement. Come with the new ideas.
Exactly, but then why is your group engaging in such actions?
It's
RSS,
not my group.
VHP, please
It's
tell
not
us,
my
explain to
group.
us.
It's not my group.
Sri
Please,
M.M.
sorry,
Kalburgi
Rahul
was
Singh,
forwarding into
who
the
are those
diversity.
people?
Rahul Easwar.
Not the right of
Rahul Easwar.
Sri M.M. Kalburgi was making provocative statements.
You have no right to.
I have now, Indira Tiwari, I request you to please listen to me. Please, the quote which you use necessitates what Ajay was watching. Can I come in? I want to moderate this. Will you allow me, please, everyone?
They get so much provoked.
You are
They
also
don't want to
provoking.
listen
One
others.
second.
No, I'm
Just
not.
Indira
I'm not.
Tiwari.
They don't
Indira
allow
Tiwari
me
ji.
to- They don't allow me to put my.
Ma'am, you are a very senior person. Can I request you to listen to me? मेरी बात तो सुन लीजिए, मौका तो दीजिए, कोई सवाल तो सुन लीजिए, दूसरे के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू तो सुन लीजिए. आप मेरे आपसे विनती कर रहा हूं, आप रुकिए मेरी बात.
मैं भी आपसे विनती कर रही हूं.
मैं कुछ कह रहा हूं, आप मेरी बात सुनिए प्लीज. इंदिरा तिवारी जी, 3 पैनलिस्ट है जिन्होंने आज तक इस वक्त तक कुछ बोला तक नहीं. उन्हें बोलने का मौका दीजिए, वो कुछ कहे आपसे, पूरा डिसएग्री कीजिए, मगर प्लीज डेमोक्रेटिक तरीके से उनकी बात सुनिए. इंदिरा तिवारी जी, now when rationalist and anti-superstition activist Narendra Dabholkar was murdered, and this whole country knows that he was murdered in broad daylight in Pune, here is what the Sanatan Sanstha's Jayant Athawale said. Jayant Athawale ne kya bola, Rakesh Sinha ji? He said, instead of dying bedridden through illness or after some surgery, such a death for Dabholkar is a blessing of the Almighty. Is this the way to speak? No, I'm sorry. I'll give you one more example. Bhagwan, when UR Ananthamurthy died earlier this year, police arrested right-wing activists in Mangalore who were celebrating his death by bursting crackers. You celebrate someone's death by bursting crackers? Now, tell you also this. No, sir, please understand. They're not doing any help to the cause. Nobody's jumping to any conclusions here and saying that Hindu right-wing groups are involved in the murder. But there is enough reason for feeling that there are people who are getting away by antagonizing one Indian against another. You must speak against it. छोड़ दीजिए कौन संघ परिवार से है कौन नहीं है राकेश सिन्हा जी.
We are condemning openly from your channel. We are condemning.
Indira Tiwari ji, let me speak. I believe that anybody who has right to speak something, who has right to write something, that should be unhindered. What happened? There are certain group in this country, ideological and political group, they are mentally challenged people. Ideologically challenged people.
Anybody who disagrees with you is mentally challenged?
Now, after
how can you talk like that? Why are you speaking like that? Why are you using this language?
They accuse the
Hindu right wing.
Where is Hindu right wing? No. It is a reverse justice system. After every incident, you start writing essay on Narendra Modi.
That's not the point.
It is called a reverse justice system. What Narendra Modi
are you
doing?
becoming intolerant? Rakesh Sinha, are you becoming intolerant? Can I ask you one thing? You are saying people are mentally challenged. So I ask you one thing.
Mr.
Arnab, this is the
okay.
I believe in Modi.
Madhuresh Kumar versus Rakesh Sinha.
Mr. Narendra Modi is not Hindu Hriday Samrat or is our people criticizing him as the Prime Minister?
अच्छा दो लोगों के बीच में डिबेट हो इस वक्त दो लोगों के बीच में डिबेट हो इस वक्त if we are going to have a debate between both sides, let me moderate it. Rakesh Sinha, Madhuresh Kumar, आप दोनों अच्छा, both of you stop for a minute please. मैं प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ मधुरेश कुमार और राकेश सिन्हा से आज डिबेट हो. मैं चाहता हूं आज मैं नहीं राकेश सिन्हा जी सुन तो लीजिए मेरी बात. आप सुन तो लीजिए. डिबेट कैसे होगा अगर मॉडरेट नहीं कर पाऊंगा तो मैं पूछ रहा हूं आपके हाथ से.
We respect Dayananda Saraswati. We eulogize Dayananda Saraswati. Where is the question of we contest but we don't kill? This is not the Hindu right wing. Whoever kills, he is a criminal. Don't blame Hindu activists.
R.K. Misra.
Tendency of certain people, certain group.
R.K. Misra.
Right, exactly. Narendra Modi.
R.K. Misra is responding. R.K. Misra.
They are just doing disservice and they are giving respectability to the criminals.
सिन्हा जी थोड़ा शांत हो जाइए. देखिए, मिस तिवारी, what she is talking about, and Mr. Sinha, and on the other side, Mr. Bose, what he started, I think both sides have a preconceived notion and deep mistrust. The so-called the keepers of Hindu religion are doing the great disservice to the religion by trying to protect it. In this country, Hindu religion did not need any protection.
I say this is the country
can I complete it?
philosophy of nativity.
Can I complete it?
We have a
Please.
philosophy of Charvak. Charvak was the
keep
great
quiet.
materialist.
No.
But nobody objected. 250 years Charvak ruled the philosophy of Charvak dominated this country. So no question of going against the religion.
We know the history.
But there is a way to protest. There is a way to write something. We have not protested against Dayananda Saraswati. Dayananda Saraswati is the most respected Hindu figure in the Hindu worldview.
Sinha ji, we know it. Don't try to teach me. I know it. Please keep quiet. Okay? You are not the only authority on this nonsense. Please keep quiet. Okay? So when somebody talks, in India you have the understanding the concept of Shastras, which means you have to allow others' view also to be heard. You are talking like as if there is a street fight. Please understand, you have to be rationally understood. And you know what? Because of people like you who are so morbid and so aggressive,
you are the only rational person in the world. All are irrational. What do you know about the rationality? Rationality does not mean...
What do you understand?
Silencing others.
Who gave you the right to define myself?
You are not a rationalist.
Who gave you the right that you are rational and I am irrational? Who gave you the right?
Preaching
You are a fascist on this channel.
You certainly cannot be Hindus.
You learn how to debate. You learn how to debate first. You learn how to debate first. You lack the first lesson of putting your words on a debate.
You also believe that nobody...
Who gave you the right? Who gave you the right to define what is an Hindu organization?
Contesting does not mean...
A criminal does not have any religion. A criminal is criminal and no criminal has got any association or any religion.
To the investigative agency by diverting and giving respectability to the criminals.
You both are, harming your own cause.
What both are? You are considering yourself rational. Don't make
I am not rational.
You are irrational.
I am a proud Hindu. I am a proud Hindu.
The way you are speaking to the panelists, this is a fascism.
And that is
you are a proud Hindu.
I am a proud Hindu. Don't try.
No question of Hindu, a coward Hindu and a brave Hindu. Why are you blaming Hindu activists for investigation? Why are you blaming conclusion? Why are you writing essay on Narendra Modi? Why are you speaking about
Rakesh Sinha.
Where Hindu activists?
Rakesh Sinha and Indira Tiwari, can I please request you? Can I request you? Okay, one second. Pull back. RK Misra, pull back. RK Misra, pull back. One point. I want to say one. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Being foolish.
Just 1 minute.
You are absolutely being foolish.
Arnab, he is provoking other
First of all, restrain your words. You restrain your words.
Debate is on the Hindu philosophy, and that should be condemned. Everybody is condemning it. There is no question. Anybody who is celebrating him must be punished. He is a criminal. Whosoever may be, whatsoever organization may be.
That's what is the fact.
1 versus 1 right now. 1 versus 1 on the debate. At this stage, I would like to get into the debate. I would like to... Only Rahul, Easwar and Madhuresh Kumar. Rahul, Easwar and Madhuresh Kumar on the screen, please. May the other panelists listen to them. Rahul, Easwar, sun lijiye. Rahul, Easwar, 1 second. You know one thing, Rahul.
Arnab,
oh no, watch it. Madhuresh, just one. Madhuresh, 1 minute. Madhuresh, remember this. Because someone with right-wing affiliation is arrested for a disgraceful tweet does not mean they had a role to play in the murder. That's what I'd say to you. To the other side tonight, we're calling each other things like mentally challenged, you're mentally challenged and you're foolish and all that. You know who's challenged? And who's foolish? The people who attacked Kalburgi's house with stones and bottles in 2014 were foolish. And you know who's challenged? You know who's challenged, Rahul, Easwar? The people who cut off the arms of a professor in 2010 saying that we represent the interests of one particular religion. They are the people who are challenged. Let's take them on all together. Let's not do your fringe versus my fringe. The whole country breaks down.
There are fringe elements. But the debate...
No, and by the way, Indira Tiwari ji, आपसे मैं कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ.
Right to offend.
But the point is,
there is no absolute right to offend. That is your constitution.
Madhuresh, first Rahul,
we don't have any absolute right to offend any community, any religion, any faith, any linguistic group. Our central debate is this. There is no absolute right to offend. Can anybody say with confidence who knows Indian constitution, is there an absolute right to offend? There is no right to offend. We should be sensitive, sensible to different sensitivities. India thrives on our diversity. We are a secular, pluralistic nation. And those in garb of rationalists, who are very few in number, are trying to attack the majority community in the garb of rationalism. We are
rationalists. Is it true or not? Then I ask you one second. Just a minute. No, 1 minute. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, watch it. Madhuresh, before you come in. Madhuresh, before you come in. Madhuresh, before you come in, I want to share something with the viewers right now. Madhuresh, before you come in, मैं कुछ viewers को कहना चाहता हूँ. Madhuresh, एक मिनट रुक जाइए. ये आज की बात है. आज की बात नहीं है, Madhuresh. ये आज की बात नहीं है. Because in 1989, this same man, Madhuresh Kalburgi, was forced to apologize for his controversial work concerning the Lingayat community. He broke down and he said, I did it. I apologize to save the lives of my family, but I also committed intellectual suicide on that day. If in this country, anyone believes, Madhuresh and Indira Kumar ji, कि आपके पास Hinduism की copyright है, कहाँ है? दिखाइए मुझे, किसने copyright दिया आपको? Who's got a copyright on Hinduism or the Muslim religion or anyone? We don't. Madhuresh.
Arnab, Bashir की भी बात कीजिए आप.
The question is to me or to whom?
Madhuresh, please. Madhuresh.
Bashir is not allowed to write about Ramayana today because he's a Muslim. Only because he's a Muslim, he cannot write about Ramayana.
Please,
what are we talking
you do not know.
No.
You do not know.
Please,
you do not know.
No, can I come in?
No, I have a.
Please tell me what is that you know.
He seems to be an
I am from the state of Kerala. I know.
There is a message from Soli Sorabji.
Seems to be an obsessed.
There is a message from Soli Sorabji.
And wrongly informed. And wrongly conceived personality. I am telling to the country, this is a country which has got a diversity, which is a pluralistic state, which has got so many religions to practice their faith in their own fashion, and constitution also gives right not to intervene in their affair. But tell me any example across
Hinduism. You are trying to appropriate a certain minority, a tiny section is trying to appropriate all the claims that they understand what is Hinduism. This is wrong. That's what we are protesting against. That's what
you are trying to appropriate rationalism.
No.
You are trying to appropriate liberalism. We are the genuinely liberal and rational people. You are the pseudo-liberal, pseudo-rational and anti-Hindu people.
Come on, stop this pseudo-liberal talk. What are you talking about? If you have nothing else to say, you reduce yourself to a jokers. Like calling pseudo-liberals, fringe elements. What are we talking about?
I think you have reduced to a joker on this channel.
Rahul,
you have, Mr. Madhuresh.
Why do you take offense when we tell you the reality?
To a joker who does not have the patience to even listen. I think you have reduced to yourself as a joker. You are.
Let us not have personal attacks.
You are not.
Let us not have personal attacks.
The problem is with you. No, you are irrational. In the name of so-called rationalism,
what worries me?
Do not have
you know, 1 second, Indira Tiwari, 1 second, please. What worries me? I have a message from Soli Sorabji. Soli Sorabji is watching the news hour tonight, and he has a message. Watch, Ajay, I'm coming to you. Soli Sorabji, watching the news hour tonight, has a message. I can quote him. He says, tell Arnab that with the killing of rationalists, I'm scared to speak up on issues. It's not about the individual, but the murder of free thought. And by the way, what is this debate tonight? Can we ask ourselves to go back into our own consciousness? We're calling each other jokers, foolish, mentally challenged. Are we not becoming intolerant? Have we not become intolerant? And have we not become intolerant?
That's the bigger issue.
Why are we becoming intolerant?
No, Arnab, I am questioning
So they understand my larger point. We are all educated, aware people.
Your so-called rationalists have failed to contain themselves.
This is the contestation. Don't blame any group. Go for the investigation. After investigation,
but the sense of I don't get a sense.
They are fringe elements.
They are the people I call them mentally challenged, physically challenged.
Sir, I ask you one question. I ask you one question. If there is MM Bashir, sir, मेरी बात सुनिए. listen to me, sir. Listen to me. If M.M. Bashir, who's a Malayali literary critic, writes a series of articles on the Ramayana for the daily Mathrubhumi, forced to stop because of repeated threats from right-wing activists, and an outfit called the Hanuman Sena puts abuse of posters outside the daily's office, is a good thing.
Senas are created by
And you know what he says? You know what he says? And Rahul Easwar,
they want to spoil the environment of the government.
Rahul Easwar would understand this. Rahul, listen to me.
Let me clarify.
Bashir says, M.M. Bashir says, no.
Ram
M.M. Bashir
is the greatest cultural symbol in the largest Muslim nation, Indonesia. There is Arabic Ramayana. Ram is respected in India and Indonesia. We all hold Soli Sorabji in the highest of regard, but would humbly submit to him. Sensitivity, sensibility, diversity are very precious things we hold. We really respect free thought, but free thought cannot be an excuse to attack each other.
You tell me.
No,
you tell me one thing. No, one second. Rahul Easwar, Ajay Bose. Rahul Easwar, Ajay Bose is countering you, please. Rahul Easwar, Ajay Bose is countering you. Ajay Bose, ek dusre ki baat suniye. Ajay Bose.
I'm sorry.
Ajay Bose, listen to Ajay Bose.
If somebody has insulted your religion, go to court. Punish the man. Go for the law of the land. If we take away the laws of the land, we will head into anarchy. Cannot spread this message of intolerance. Go to court.
Fair enough,
go to court. Punish the man.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I went to court against M.F. Hussain and we won. There might be some overreactions. We concede.
You cannot do that. Otherwise, there will be chaos.
Okay, now my point is...
I'm totally in agreement with what Sri Ajay Bose says.
Can I share one thought with you?
Can I share one thought with you? I totally agree with what Ajay Bose says.
I agree with you. But you also go to court if you find that the rationalists are
Let us not provoke each other. For God's sake, there should be diversity. Please don't purposely provoke religious sentiments.
Condemn the murder, and that is what you should
saying
do.
That the Hindu elements are, that I feel that the Ramayana has been wrongly interpreted.
However much he may have provoked, you cannot allow...
Wrapping this up, I just want to say one thing. I just have one thought, please. Can I share one thing with you? Can I share one thing with this very, you're all very worked up. I want to say something very simple.
Can you write anything against Islam? In so-called rationalism? Can you write against Islam?
Indira listen to me. Indira listen to me.
Can you write anything against
Indira Tiwari ji, listen to me. Listen to me.
If you can do so, I would really hold you rational.
Indira Tiwari.
Soft target only. No, see,
I have to say something before I wrap up, please. May allow me.
Sorry to say.
I'm disappointed with this.
That we do not. I'm also disappointed.
I need you to listen to me for a minute. Please, gentlemen, I don't want to take you off the screen, but I need to say one thing to you, and I hope you listen to me for a minute. I hope you share some tolerance. I hope you give me an opportunity to say just one thing. Now, I know a very fine writer called Amish Tripathi, one of India's best-selling writers. A fantastic writer, someone I know. Now, he writes about mythology, for example, and he takes off on Hindu mythology. Is he allowed to write that because he's a Hindu? And tomorrow, if M.M. Bashir is writing on the Ramayana, we say you can't write on the Ramayana because you're a Muslim. And M.M. Bashir says that at the age of 75, I'm reduced to being just a Muslim. So should then every Amish Tripathi book begin with a paraphrase, say Amish Tripathi or anyone like that has the right to write a book taking off on Hindu mythology. He can give his interpretations and spins to it. And should we say he has the right and seal to do that because he was born a Hindu? This is a great religion and a great country with many great religions. I think we cannot reduce ourselves to such intolerance. That's just one question and food for thought, please. I think I'll come back to that debate. I say let's have no preconceived notions on either side. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, on the News Hour tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you.